So I got some good news and I got some bad news. The good news is you don't have to watch the Democratic debates. You can watch this show tonight. The bad news is my business partner, Shelley Carney, is leaving for personal travel tomorrow. And we decided that the best thing she could do was go home tonight after her show and start her packing and getting ready for leaving at 5:30 tomorrow. So she's not with me tonight and will not be with me on Friday night as well because she'll still be in Austin, Texas. But on the plus side, we have a bear to give away. We have a bunch of emails. We have next week's prizes. We don't have any text messages or voicemails. And I'm going to strongly recommend that if you want to reach out to me tonight, please use the text. Send a text to 202-815-1171 because I know from experience I'm not going to be able to watch the chat as it's going on. But, hey, let's have fun. Humpday, indeed, Humpday, isn't it?
Humpday.
Day. Or as we like to call it, Dia de los Humpos. So I'm going to count on you guys to remind me when I'm in full screen or I'm still over in the screenshot and stuff like that. Two things I want to say real quick in regards to the World Sand Project channel. And that is Lisa Smith and Oscar Rodriguez. I have received your sand packages and I have received your photos. Oscar will be showing yours next Wednesday and Lisa the Wednesday after that. Any of you have sand samples that you'd like to send us, go to the World Sand Project channel and you can check out where to send it. You can send it to our AGK address. All right. Again, if you want to reach out to me tonight, you've got several ways. One is you can text message me right now. 202-815-1171. I'm more likely to see any questions or comments coming from there than rolling by me on the screen. And then I'll open up the phone lines later and we could talk about some Forrest Fenn stuff. Secondly, let's see. I'm trying to keep this in order. I wrote all this stuff down to make sure, because when I don't have Shelley, I miss stuff. So without further ado.
Housekeeping, you want towel?
Apparently, it's been rumored that you need towels. Remember, like this video. YouTube likes it when you like our video. And apparently, the United Nations project on sand mining and the impact on the ecology likes it when you like our videos. At least they like our World Sand Project videos. Share it with your family, your friends, your neighbors, your business associates, and the entire of your social network so that we can grow the channel. And finally, if you're not already a subscriber, this would be the perfect time to subscribe. And when that notification bell opens up, click on it. And that way, whenever we start a live stream or whenever we schedule a live stream, you will be immediately informed and in the know. And as you know, there's nothing better than being in the know. Quick reminder, don't forget there is a meetup in Detroit this coming Saturday. And if I remember correctly, K-Pro didn't send me another message today. If I remember correctly, it's at 4 p.m. at the Coney Island between 14th and 15th mile, something like that. I probably messed that up. Remind me, K-Pro, if that's not correct. So like I said, we do have some emails to read. I did want to show you this. So we had, I told you that Shelley wants to keep this box. I'm not going to give away, so I'm going to order some others. This is one of the boxes that 3D Bronze produces and sells on his website, 3dbronze.com. And in this particular case, and I noticed he did one for Christy and Mike as well, he put our logo on the inside. And I have a coin. This is a copper coin. This is my 369 coin. That was very graciously given to me by Michael Hool, who I think is in the room tonight because he knows I'm a fan of the 369 theory. Don't ask me what the 369 theory is because I'm not sure that I know. But it fits perfectly into the box that, into the treasure chest. Oops, you can't see it over there. Into the treasure chest that that 3D Bronze made and sent to us. And as I said, it has a keep, there's other things that you can keep in it as well, but it fits very nicely. The reason I have a silver coin is, it's not actually silver, it's nickel, is because I took my copper coin and I plated it in nickel. That's why it's shining like that. Now, we did have a box that we were going to open tonight, but I didn't want to open it without Shelley, so that's going to have to wait till next week. But I do want you to know that we did receive our Chaseopoly. And I know because we were one of the first orders, if not the first order, we've got a silver coin in there. So I think we're going to give away that silver coin, the one that's in there. Because it is a number, if I remember correctly, it is a numbered silver coin. That's our Chaseopoly. But again, I'm not going to open it tonight. I'm not going to open it until Shelley's back. She'll be back next Wednesday. Do we have any other presents to open? No, I don't think so. So, covered that. Emails are ready to read. All right, so let's do giveaway. Because after all, we get to see the butt drums. All right, so tonight's giveaway is the penultimate Yellowstone bear that we got from Forever Yellowstone. We still have one more to give away after this one. But also, and I don't think we mentioned it last week, we're also going to give away, along with this, we're going to give away one of the small boxes, that small treasure chests with the magnetic cover that 3D Bronze gave to us, because we told him that we were going to give these away. So bear and chest, that's what's on the table tonight for win. So I'm going to open up. I'm going to count on you guys to remind me to come back to full screen after I do the screenshot. So screenshot, there we are. That's last week's video. And I will remind everybody, well, I'll remind you in a few minutes. So all you had to do was make a comment on last week's Humpday Hoedown. We're going to take that link right there. We're going to copy it. We're going to go to commentpicker.com. We're going to do YouTube tools, and we're going to do the random comment picker. And we're going to put the URL right there. And we're going to see how many comments are on there, see what your chances of winning are. So let's see. Oh, got to move this way. Got it. So the number of unique commenters is 54. That means you have a 1 in 54 chance of winning the Beal. All right. So let's go down, scroll down one more, and we'll pick a random winner. See it randomly picking somebody. And William, look at you, big guy. William wins the BO and the 3D Bronze mini chest. Okay, so William, You know how we do this. You need to send your shipping address to gypsieskiss@gmail.com, and I will put it in the mail in the near future. I try to do it on Saturdays, but the post office is weird about that, so it doesn't get out till Monday anyway. So I just drop it off at my UPS store, and they give it to the USPS guys because I ship it via USPS. So William, are you in the room? Is William in the room? You are the winner. So I'm on the downhill side of this cold that I was experiencing after I got back from DC. And it's the side where when you cough, there's a little bit of phlegm, so it sounds terrible. But I feel great. I'm back to pretty much normal. I started my workouts 2 days ago, so because I didn't have a fever. So, yeah, I'm back. I'm bad, and I'm back. William, there you are. Send your shipping address to gypsieskiss@gmail.com, and I will ship it out to you. It'll go to the UPS store on Saturday, but it won't go to USPS until Monday. Okay? So there's that. Got that accomplished. Look at us. This is always much easier when Shelley's around, but I'm going to get through this. I promise. I promise I'm going to get through this. Oh, I just dropped the box. Hold on. Okay, so here are the giveaways for next week. It is one of the silver Yellowstone National Park commemorative coins, along with, and I have done everything possible to see if I could get this to center up, and it won't. And this is a Civil War secret decoder that I got at the International Spy Museum last week when I was in Washington, D.C. And it has the spinny letter things on it. Then it has the instructions on the back, and it has kind of a, I don't know whether you can see it, it's that Illuminati kind of design in the back. So it's very cool, and it was based on something that was actually used during the Civil War. So learn all about it. So those are the prizes for next week. The Yellowstone National Park silver commemorative coin, and the Civil War secret decoder that I got. And this one, we didn't pick this up. I had to order it afterwards from Yellowstone Forever, and this one I picked up last week at the International Spy Museum. And the other thing that I'm going to have, I got two of these, one for myself and one to give away. And the other thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to have 3D Bronze make another one of these boxes to fit that, and then I'm going to put that in the box. And maybe sometime in the future, when I get tired of it, we'll do a giveaway. Okay, so all you have to do to enter into the competition, like William did, is to comment on tonight's video. Not in the chat room. You have to actually write the comment afterwards. So all you have to do, you can comment as many times as you want. Commentpicker.com just picks the one of them. So make as many comments as you want, but at least make one so that you qualify to win these. All right. And I think I have one more bear. We got a bunch of, and you know what? Hang on. I got to slide over here. So I'll make it three things. So the Yellowstone National Park commemorative coin, the Civil War secret decoder, and another one of those, this one's still wrapped, another one of those 3D bronze treasure chest boxes, secret boxes. Okay? So that's next week's giveaway. All you need to do is make a comment once this show is posted as a video. Okay? I feel like I'm doing good here. All right. So let's see. Why does that look like it's so far behind my... oh, that's because it's something. Let me do something quick. Just catch up with the analytics here and the analytics there, because analytics... oh, screenshot. Remind me to go back. Okay. So there was some new media put out this week. One is a 4-minute and 16-second video. These were both done by the Ripley's Believe It or Not cast, their podcast. They did a short video interviews with Fenn, Forrest, Cynthia, and Sasha. I didn't hear anything new or revealing in it. And then in addition to that, there is I think it's like 38 minutes audio interview with Fenn. And again, it sounds like he's kind of sticking to his stories. I didn't hear anything that I would say is an indication of, something that I hadn't already heard or something that we didn't already know. But I've put those on our community page. So all you have to do is click on the community page button, and the video is here and the audio podcast is there. So enjoy. Let's see. Odin, impeachment hearing ends right when Survivor starts. Survivor ends. A Gypsy's Kiss starts. Oh, it's black magic. How convenient is that? All right, let's do some. So you guys probably don't know this, but every time, when we're playing those videos announcing a new segment in our program, Shelley always dances. She's always dancing to those things with her little Shelley dance, little magical treasure princess dance. Can you tell I miss her? I miss her. Okay, but it was really wiser for her to go home and start getting ready. So for tomorrow's. So we got some emails. I do want to say we had, Douglas Carver's in the room, and for those guys that have been kind of following the show for the last couple of weeks, Douglas is he calls in every once in a while, and he's from Prince Edward Island in Canada, and I guess the city on Prince Edward Island. Prince Edward Island is not only an island, it's a province, and so the city that they come from is Charlottetown. And that must have been named after Princess Charlotte is the only thing I can think of. But if you get a chance, so let me go over to World Sand Project. I'm gonna go full screen here in just a sec. So first of all, we'd appreciate it if you'd go over and subscribe to the World Sand Project, and to follow us. We just did our third video today. This video right here explains how to send your sand, what to do if you have some a sample of sand that you want to send to us. But today, and look at this here is an image of the sand that was sent to us. And remember, these grains are minuscule. This is under microscope. I've got a big old stereo microscope over here that we put it under. This is from Connecticut. This is from the Rio Grande. And this was that kind of reddish sand. And I'll show you in a minute the difference. And we got this from Douglas Carver. This sand came from Prince Edward Island, Prince Edward Island. And he sent it to us. And we called in and we talked about the area and the sand, et cetera, et cetera. And so if you get a chance, go watch. It was kind of a fun show today. We are having a problem, and we're not quite sure what it is. And the problem is twice now, our computer has literally crashed in the middle of that show. Not even in the middle. 3 minutes into the show, it crashes. It just dies. And we're not sure exactly what it is. The closest we can come to it, as a matter of fact, I was testing it, and I'll continue testing after tonight's show. But we think it's the software to which the camera that's mounted on the microscope is connected. But it's literally blowing us in half. I mean, it just blow us out of the sky. But let me give you an idea of kind of the differences that we're dealing with in all of these. So this was the white sand over on this side is from Connecticut. That's from William Hotta from Harkness State Beach. This medium sand is my sample from the Rio Grande, and this kind of reddish sand is from Prince Edward Island. So they all have different characteristics, and honestly, when you look at them under a microscope, they look like tiny little gemstones, as you can see in the imagery that I showed for you. But go look at it; it's kind of fun. We're still getting it kind of organized in terms of, timing and things like that. But eventually, after about 10 or 12 shows, we'll have it all run down. So, And we invite geologists. If you have a degree in geology, we've had two people come in. One is Rick, one of our members in our member vault, and the other is I'm not going to remember her name, Laura, the teacher in, is it Pennsylvania or New York? She's actually a geology major. And they come in, and it turns out that these little grains of sand can be identified in terms of geology. There's jasper and agate and I'll never remember the names now. Quartz. And what's different about the sand that we saw today is that the quartz had kind of a pink tint to it, and that made the sand look red. I'm trying to learn about it. I got the two, National Audubon Society Field Guide to North American Rocks and Minerals. So I learned a whole bunch about it, and I'm reading all the reports that are published on it. By the way, ES, I did get that link that you sent me, and I haven't had a chance to look at it since you sent it to me, but I'll take care of it. I'll read it tonight. So we're going to do emails. All right, here we go with the emails. This is from, wow, that's interesting. Domain admin support at gmail.com. And the name is administration. The subject is show name poem map. He or she says, hey, how did you come up with a show name? Also, do you need to own the poem/map from the actual book to see enough detail to interpret the clues? Let me know. Thanks. You guys are great. Mike. It's Mike. Not our Mike, but Mike. Either of our mics. We got a couple of mics, don't we? So let me answer the first one. You do not... The map that came in the back of Too Far to Walk and was republished as in poster size is not even close to being detailed enough to give you any help with the clues in the poem. Fenn constantly says you need the poem and a good map. I don't think he thinks of that as a good map. I think that he held it up at Moby Dickens from the back of the book, and he said, if you know where the treasure is, you'd be able to see it on this map. I think that's that's an exaggeration because you'd have to know precisely where it is. It's not that detailed. The best maps you can get are the 7.5 minute maps from National Geographic, the Nat Geo maps. So those will help you, and those are downloadable. You can download the PDFs for them. So how did you come up with a show title? A Gypsy's Kiss. Let me give you the short version. When I was very young, I ran away from school and had an adventure that involved being kissed by a gypsy who promised me an interesting life. And so I feel like I've had a pretty interesting life. And so when I moved to the East Coast and I started sailing, actually I started with a powerboat, but it was just really expensive, a twin-engine Merc Cruiser, Sea Race Sundancer. But I named that after my wife at the time. And people said, you're not supposed to name your boat after your wife because it's bad luck. Well, sure enough, it was bad luck. But we visited with one another when I was in Washington last week. We still keep it. We've got girls to raise, so we still keep in touch. It was nice to see her again. And she gave me she told me that she had several thousand slides that I had left behind unintentionally, but I sent her a shipping label today yesterday, so that she can send them back to me. So I've got slides dating back to the 1960s, which should be fun. Kodachrome, baby. Remember those days? So anyway, I named my first sailboat a Gypsy's Kiss. I named all the sailboats that came after that, 20, 25, 27, and the last one, 30, a Cal 30, a Gypsy's Kiss. And so I started writing a blog about my sailing adventures. I got a gypsyskiss.com. And when Shelley and I decided to, I transitioned the blog from sailing when I moved to New Mexico. I transitioned the blog from sailing to looking for the Fenn's treasure. It stayed a Gypsy's Kiss. And then when Shelley and I decided to start a YouTube channel, she said, well, let's just call it a Gypsy's Kiss. So that's how we got the name. There's actually a kind of vulgar song called A Gypsy's Kiss written by Deep Purple. And I get emails from people saying, why do I end up at your stupid channel when I'm looking for A Gypsy's Kiss by Deep Purple? And if you listen to it, it's just not, first of all, it's barely understandable. I used to like Deep Purple. I still like Deep Purple, but this is not one of their better songs, unfortunately. So that's how we got the name. And no, the map in the back of the book, Too Far to Walk, and the poster is not going to be that helpful to you unless there's some magical thing on there that we haven't recognized. But there's enough people who have looked at it over the years to recognize it looks great on my wall. That's about the best I can say for it. Jeremy Britton Jeremy at Gmail. I shouldn't give these addresses. Island comment. Hi, Shelley and Toby. I agree with Joel and Toby that the chest is hidden in the wood on an island that is not an island. The point at the river crossing that I have attempted twice in Wyoming has no other way across to it. This is why I tried to hike over the mountain to reach it. There are no other bridges to get across, and the sides of the banks on either end are too steep to walk. It may as well be an island. The only way across this point is to wade over when the water is very low in September. That's the conclusion we come to. This point on the map is dead opposite the blaze and would be around 200 yards in length. So my next action is to check with the local ranger station to make sure the river is low enough to cross next year in September before flying over from England again. This will be my third trip, not cheap. If you know a helicopter pilot that would be willing to fly to this point in Wyoming, I could come over when the snow has melted and would not have to wait until September again. If you would like to discuss this further, please send an email. Cheers for now, Jeremy in England. I don't know, do I know any helicopter pilots? I don't know any helicopter pilots. If anybody knows a helicopter pilot in the Wyoming area, let me know. I will forward that to Jeremy. And I guess he can contact him from there. All right. So if you have a friend who's a helicopter pilot, would like a job in Wyoming, going to look for the treasure, let me know. So this is our friend Matt Brewer, Logic Chaser. He's got his own YouTube channel. If you haven't already subscribed, this would be a good time to do that. Subscribe to Matt Brewer, Logic Chaser, on YouTube, and he sent it to a bunch of people besides us. And it says, this is crazy. A guy draws a red or blaze orange circle around a wallet full of money, didn't say where it is, and puts it on a busy street. Because there's a bright circle around the wallet, people ignore it. I really hope Forrest hasn't seen this video and uses the blaze to make the treasure invisible. Well, there's an LOL, which I like to think of as LOL. Now, he did give me a video link. Hang on, let me see if I can get there. Hold on. He did give me a video link. Brewer. Invisible wallet. Okay, so he did give me a video link there, but I can't go there because it's copyrighted materials. So what I will do is I will copy that link and put it in the room, the shot. Let's see, copy. And I will put that in the chat room and you guys can go see it. It's called Social Experiment. Would you pick up a wallet? I haven't seen the whole thing. Let me see. Let me see if I can do this without you guys. Without it. Yeah. Would you pick up the wallet? And he's talking about this wallet. It looks like a busy downtown street in some place. I couldn't tell you where it is. But let me put that, I'm going to put that link here and you guys can take a look at it. Okay? Because I can do that. Okay? So thank you for that, Matt. And again, Matt has his own YouTube channel covering the chase, and it's logictracer.com. I'm sorry, Logic Chaser on YouTube, not logicchaser.com. So this one is from David Brandon. It's entitled fencipher.com website elapsing this week. And he sent this on Sunday, so he means this week. He said, I know months ago I sent you something like this, but I'm sending it for an easier format to understand. That is, if you invest 15 minutes to really study here how Fenn's poem is broken down mathematically. It's pure math. The odds of just these 24 numbers in this cipher matching the same 24 numbers that repeats in the Fibonacci sequence is about 1 in 407 trillion. That's a lot more than the 1 in 50 billion chance of winning the Powerball. A billion, trillion, quadrillion. That means that just these 24 numbers appearing alone is 99, and it looks like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 nines, point 10 nines, chance that it's by design and not random. So the implication is that finding these numbers, him finding these numbers in the poem, is part of the design, and they're not random occurrences. This is pure statistics. On top of that, the numbers get much higher when considering the odds of the 9 pattern I illustrated here as randomly occurring. Whether you do or don't put the effort into seeing it, I really don't care at this point. It is what it is. You see it or you don't. I see it. Now, he did send me another message attached to this one. And it says, "Hi all, I'm letting my website expire this week. Just a heads up, I'm also pasting below the bottom line. If there is anyone on this earth that will, could, would follow it." And I'm going to show you this. I thought it was a pic, a JPEG, but it's not. It's a very complex spreadsheet leading to other spreadsheets, etc. I am the only person on this earth. Oh, I'm sorry. He asks it in the form of a question. Am I the only person on this earth that sees the mathematics pattern here, the mathematical pattern here? I laid it out graphically the best way I can to show the repetitive patterns that all total 9, as in, quote, 9 clues in this poem, unquote. The bottom line is, if it is a pattern, it's not random. If it's intentional blueprint for this poem, there's a missing letter. I'm going to add, if it's an intentional blueprint for this poem, it proves that his mind worked in far different circles than anyone else presently admits, including his own quotes on the subject. It also means I am the first person to discover this over a year ago. You are all my witnesses when it comes out 50 years from now that I was right. All right? So you are all participants in the witness of David Brandon's solution involving this Fibonacci sequence and his graphical solution to it. So what I did is I went to fenncipher.com. Let me screenshot that. And that's what it looks like. And I'm trying to figure out if those are... So it's got a lot happening. And I kind of remember seeing this someplace before, but I can't tell you where. So anyway, he says this site is coming down. It's got some more stuff over here. I guess I could open the window bright. So it's got all kinds of really interesting... It's got all kinds of really interesting things on it. If you're at all mathematically inclined, and I am not, thank God for calculators, this might be of interest to you. If it's numeric and it's patterned, then it's not necessarily a cipher, so I'm not sure that's correctly named. But I'm going to take this link to his website, and I'm going to put that in the chat room, and if you guys have any interest, you're welcome to go check that out. fenncipher.com. The gentleman's name is David Brandon. So, and I guess I could give out his email. If you're interested in conversing with a gentleman, it's davidbrandon@gmail.com. So, I hope I didn't, I hope that's not something he wanted me to do, but it sounds to me like he'd like to have some input. So, this one is from Mark Franzoy. And let's see, it's entitled Western Interior Seaway Shoreline in Northeastern New Mexico. So I don't know if you remember one of our, when we were investigating, researching the theory, our Lander theory, our Sinks Canyon theory, One of the things that we used for warm water salt was something called the Western Interior Seaway, and it's a geologic event, an ecological event. I don't know. Western. Let me see if I can get a picture of it. Interior Seaway. So the Western Interior Seaway. You need an image to make it out. Let's see. So I don't remember exactly. Let me see. The mother with them. Then blah, 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 blah. Earth's past. So somewhere in there it tells you when it happened. If I remember correctly, it was like 130 million years ago. It was before the dinosaurs disappeared. But as you can see, this is the Western Interior Seaway. It was a seaway that cut the United States in half through Canada, parts of Montana, et cetera, down into New Mexico, through Texas, and into the Gulf of Mexico. Okay, so we were doing some theorizing with that, with the Western Interior Seaway. And what he says, hi, Toby and Shelley, I watched your show on warm water salt and wanted to point out that although the New Mexico search area is excluded by the Western Interior Seaway during the mid to late Cretaceous period, so that was Cretaceous, would have been at the end of the Mesozoic, and that would have been, just before the end of the dinosaurs. Well, I mean, speaking in millions of years, right? So this was around 130 million years ago. It's not excluded in the early part. If you look it up, northeast corner of New Mexico is included when it's the Skull Creek Seaway. That's where the long canyon sandstone beds near Raton. The rocks there go from orange to brown. I hope this helps. I'll keep watching. So it was interesting because we realized that just as a result of traveling up in that area. One of the trips that we took up to Cimarron, rather than going straight north towards Taos and then cutting east on 64, was that we took the route up I-25 and then took 64 into. It takes a little bit longer that way. But once you're up there, I had an early theory that ended up in that northeastern corner of New Mexico until I realized it wasn't realistically part of the search area. And it was based on the fact if you go out and look at that country, it looks like at one time it was the bottom of an ocean. And you see a lot of that in New Mexico, the area around Chama and Ghost Ranch and Abiquiu and all of those, that's all ocean bottom land at one point. That's why they're just full of fossils as well. If you're a fossil hunter, you can find a lot of them in that area. This is entitled F. It's from Keith Baker. And he says, hi, quick question. Does anyone know who Fenn sold his airplane to? If you're talking about the Piper Malibu Mirage, he sold that to a gentleman whose name was Jeffrey Lane. The sale was made in October of 2002. It was for $700,000. He wrote Fenn a check for that amount. The check bounced. And later on, the gentleman, after finding out that the check had bounced, and it might have been just a whole thing, actually transferred the money into Fenn's account directly, did a direct transfer. Jeff Lane. And the transaction, the business part of the transaction occurred in October 2002, but because the FAA is responsible for those tail numbers, that's their registration, their license plate, effectively, it wasn't approved by the FAA. The final sale wasn't approved by the FAA until early 2003. And it was right after that that Fenn decided to give up his, not take another medical. He made a comment about how difficult it was to, after 9/11, how difficult the FAA, the federal government, had made it to continue to fly as a private pilot. So he decided not to pursue it at that time. You got to figure he was, let's see, that would have been 2000. He was 70 at that time, 72 at that time. So that was probably a good time to stop flying. Now his grandson Shiloh does have a private pilot's license, so I'm sure when he needs to go someplace, he borrows Shiloh and rents an aircraft. Okay, so this is the invisible wallet thing from Matt. So we did all of those. Okay, end of emails. What's next? Shelley usually says hi to the room, and I'm terrible at that. So, but I'm going to say hi to them. I'm going to really. Boom. Okay, so let me close that. Let me close Western Interior Seaway. Then we go to back to the Fenn Cipher. Then it goes to. All right, so let me do my best to say hello in the room and pick up any questions that came up. Let me see how far back I can go. I can go back to 724. So if you came in before that, just say hi again. So hi to Tony Rusi. Christy's in the room. Christy, as you can see by the blue name, and Wrench is one of our moderators. I'd like to thank our moderators for contributing to the orderliness in the room. That includes K-Pro, or Christy, The Sassy, 1960-something, ES, who tends to stay in the background, Greg Keller, who usually has to go to work at 8 o'clock anyway, and Toby Fan 3000, John Werner, and we haven't seen him for a while, so I know he's got a business, and that's probably what he's doing with it. Boxhound, hi. Corey Jacobs, Sonia Pointer, I haven't seen her for a while, right? Captain Marvel's in the room. Captain Marvel joined us on the softer side this afternoon. Oliver Brodsky, Oliver Brodsky Studios. Look at the big picture, he says. Yeah, that we do. Michael Hull is in the room. So, Michael, where are you? Are you back home in Japan, or are you traveling? And did you get me some sand from Australia? Quick question. Brian Eagle, former moderator and always around. And if I remember correctly, he lives in Austin. So Shelley and Kevin are headed down that direction. DB Cooper, I said Doug Carver. So Doug was the gentleman that sent us the sand sample from Prince Edward Island that I showed you earlier, that kind of red sand, and told us all about the island. Jack Jack's in the room, Sonia Pointer, William Sparks, you need... Wow, nice name, Stratton of the River Valley. Captain, did I miss anybody? Brodsky, lots of chat. Wayne Ross in the room. Hey, Wayne. Nice to see you again. Michael Wimmer. KJ, hit me with your best shot. I used to like Pat Benatar. Isn't she the one that was a high school teacher at one time? Was that Pat Benatar or Joan Jett? I think it was Pat Benatar. Hit me with your best shot. When Shelley was here, she sings that song. I've heard her sing that song. KJ, we said hi to. Da Bear in the house. Da Bear, did you see we gave away a bear tonight? We have one more of the bears to give away. We'll do that maybe next week. So, Brian, well, no questions. Well, that's good. There's the sassy. Tony Rusi. Did I say hello to Denise Bakley is in the room? Blue Fox, where did I miss Blue Fox? Blue Fox is in the room. Tell me if I miss you, okay? Because I can is in the room. My favorite line, because I can. Why did you block me? Because I can. Dan K in the room. Bob Arts. Chicken Hawk. Yeah, I think that's neat, Chicken Hawk, because you Chicken Hawk sounds the way that Forrest in his accent says walk. He doesn't say walk. He has to make it rhyme with halt. So he changes it with that. Doug Carver in the room, we already said. AJ Rainville did a great show on Monday night. If you're not already a subscriber to AJ's channel, you should, because he does some really interesting thing. He's a puzzle master, I guess is what I'd call him. But he does some really interesting and creative things to help you think about resolving puzzles. And Christy's got the new channel, The Hint of Riches, which matches her forum name. So if you're not already a subscriber to to Christy's channel, A Hint of Riches, make sure you go there before you leave tonight and subscribe to her channel. She and Mike are doing a lot of their stuff on Mondays and Thursday nights there until they get their other YouTube issue worked out with YouTube on cow lasers. Jesse Livermore of the famous Livermore Labs in San Francisco says there's no cipher in the poem. I tend to agree with you, but and he repeats it, no cipher in the poem. Jesse also knows the lead searcher. We don't believe there is a lead searcher, but it's cool that you know who it is. Let's see. Dan K, Corey Jacobs, Boxhound. I think I've gone through. Hawaii Punch. Emails. Read them faster. Oh, no. The best part is emails, guys. Those are people you have to show respect to emails. Those are people that took the time to sit down and write that email. The least we can do is read them. De Beers, box downs, chicken hawk, stemworm. Eyewitness to crazy sturm. Every once in a while, I got to keep an eye on you. Just keep an eye on you, Sturm. Toby is the bomb. Ooh. I don't know. I don't know if you can be a bomb at 70 other than, bombing on stage with a bad set of jokes. So we did a great, Shelley had a great show today on the softer side. It was on, I ordered the Audible version of the book as soon as she finished talking about it. But it was really, really a sharp, she does such really interesting things in her research, story worthy, and I ordered the Audible version of the book right after the show, and it basically the fundamental principle is that we all have a story, and it started. This guy started his work when he was talking. He was one of the life coaches, and he was talking to a woman, and she told him, "I started your process, and I want you to know, I never felt important." In her whole life, she never felt important. Can you imagine what that feels like? Never to feel important. You don't have parents that make you feel. You don't have siblings. You don't have an employer. You don't have anything. She didn't feel important until she started telling her own story, and she realized, like all of us, she has a story to tell. And so that's what Shelley covered today. And I'm a big fan of, as a documentary maker and a journalist, and I love story. I always have loved story, and I've loved it since early in my college career in anthropology class. I learned about Joseph Campbell and his book. The Hero with a Thousand Faces. And the premise is that throughout human history, as we learn to communicate, what we started communicating in is stories. And the stories always had heroes. And the heroes don't change. So the storytelling of the Iliad or the Odyssey is the same as the storytelling of the first version of Star Wars. It's the same model, and we use that as a way for communicating with one another. So if you get a chance, see it. It's a great way to realize that everybody has a story, no matter how plain or insubstantial you think your life may be. You have a story, and you can tell it every day. And the way he suggests it is you make a spreadsheet, and on one side of the spreadsheet is the date, and then on the second side of the spreadsheet is one or two sentences about that day, what made that day special for you. Oops, I missed that. Sturmworm, thank you for the $20 contribution to Super Chat. He said, add the name to the Rooster Roster dog. I intend to drive home Saturday 42 pounds heavier. Wow, Sturm. Okay. Let me get that Rooster Roster out. Sturmworm's going to go get the treasure chest on Saturday. That's November. Sturmworm. Wow, we got a whole bunch of Novembers that haven't yeah, we got a bunch of Novembers out there, Sturm, so I wonder if some of them have already beat you to it, but you're on the list. So we'll look forward to hearing from you next Wednesday with seeing photographs of you carrying the chests and a newspaper, a current newspaper, okay? So anyway, if you get a chance, go look at the softer side today. It was kind of a fun show, as it always is with her. She's always got something really personal to say and make you feel better about whoever you are. Stacy Harwood says it's snow today. You know what we had today? It's been in the high 50s, low 60s all week here in Bernalillo. I mean, bicycle riding weather, literally. And today we had some rain. Shelley said they got some hail over there at Rio Rancho. I didn't see it here, but man, I'm telling you, it's going to be a late winter here in New Mexico. I don't know what's happening. 42 pounds. That's a lot of Krispy Kremes. It is. That we just haven't had any weather yet this winter. So let's see. So I do have some text messages. Let's take care of that. So I got to tell you, I was not disappointed, but I promised Shelley So we did this whole. We made the decision about her going home to start packing for her Austin trip after her show. We weren't really planning on that. We were planning on opening. She's got a couple of presents, and we were planning on opening our Chaseopoly tonight. But she made me promise. Well, I don't know. She made me promise. I promised her that I wouldn't open it without her being here. So we'll open it next Wednesday. Get the silver coin. We'll probably give the silver coin away as one of our giveaways, unless she wants to keep it. I don't. I've got my nickel-plated one, so I'm happy with that. And it has the 369 on it. If we happen to get the 369 coin, well, that might be different. But I don't think we had that option. But the other thing that happened is every year, Shelley goes to Arizona for Thanksgiving. She and her family go to Arizona for Thanksgiving to go visit her grandmother. Well, now that her children are older, they have kind of their own lives, and her son and his girlfriend have to work over the weekend. The kids that are living in Austin that they're going to be visiting while they're here this coming weekend also have to work. So she decided that that she didn't want to go there, just she and Kevin without the kids. So they're not going to Arizona for Thanksgiving this year. So we decided we're going to have Thanksgiving at my house this year. Shelley and her family and my family members who can attend. My daughter usually hosts her mother for Thanksgiving, but Jason will be around, of course. So, and then we're going to open up the Chaseopoly. We'll open up the Chaseopoly. We're going to play a game of Chaseopoly, and we'll kind of in the game, we'll live stream some of it to you guys so you can see how the game goes and see whether or not it's a lot of fun. I did when I was in Washington. I didn't. The box isn't here, but when I was at the International Spy Museum, I bought a spy game. Now I can't even remember the name of it. I posted it on the community page. Let me see what the name of it was. Hold on. I did buy. Did I post it? Yeah. No. Where did I post it? Must have been on my Instagram account. I bought a spy game for $4, and then so Jason, Sean, my son Jason, my daughter Sean, my son-in-law Daryl, and I are going to play that game over the holidays as well. So we'll tell you what that is. So, yeah, so we're going to have Thanksgiving, then we're going to play some Chaseopoly, and then we're going to live stream some of that Chaseopoly game to you guys while we're doing that. So that'll be Thanksgiving evening. You'll probably be all busy and asleep from all that. What's the stuff that turkey makes you sleepy? Cyanide? No, not cyanide. Help me here. Sassy, where are you? What's the stuff in turkey that makes you sleepy? So, yeah. All right, so text messages. Let's see what we have in the way of text messages. Okay, so this one is from Lisa Smith, and that has to do with the sand. She sent us some sand from, let's see, where was that? Corona del Mar Beach near Newport Beach. I know the area because I used to live in Newport Beach when I was on a contract. And then the other one came from Oscar Rodriguez, and that's from San Clemente, California, which is the area in which, was it Richard Nixon had his house in San Clemente? So San Clemente. So they've sent some sand, and we're going to be using that in upcoming shows. This one is from Jim in Ohio. So why, if someone knows the solution, does it take 50 years for us to find out if they are right? They could go prove it tomorrow. Nobody knows the solution. There is no credible evidence, Jim, that the poem has been solved or that the treasure has been found and or recovered. So there is no, there is no credible evidence, no clear and convincing evidence that any of that has happened. So you don't have to worry about it until somebody actually finds it. Nobody has actually found it. And the lead searcher, as I continue to say, is a myth. I'm very confident in that. Hi, Toby. This is William from Florida, and I want to say thank you for the teddy bear. My granddaughter will... Oh, and he sent me a picture of his granddaughter. Let's see. Can you guys see that? Oh, you know what I'll do? No, he probably doesn't want me to do that. So look at how cute. It's really cute, though. You guys got to see this. I won't upload it to the community page. So this is William's granddaughter, to whom he's going to give the teddy bear that he won tonight. So make sure you send us that your shipping address, William, so I can get that to you. Okay. And I'll remind everybody. Let's see, Gypsy Kiss, tryptophan. Thank you, not cyanide. Sassy says yes. Nixon's West Coast White House was in San Clemente. Tony Rusi says you beat Gypsy's Kim poem has been solved. Jesse, there is no credible evidence that the poem has been solved or that the treasure has been found and or recovered. So forgive me, I still have a little bit of scratchiness in the throat. I took Shelley's advice and I used Zicam and Theraflu and about 3 other things. And it really helped. The last time I got one of these colds from one of the grandkids, it took me 2.5 weeks to recover. So this would be, today is what, Wednesday? So 7 days. It took me, it was a 7-day cold. So I'm good with it. I did, again, I went cycling yesterday and the day before because the weather was just beautiful. So, and I haven't been cycling up in this area. I used to cycle the Bosque down in Albuquerque because I lived in downtown Albuquerque, and I was looking for places. Well, it turns out there's a dirt version of the Bosque here, and the only problem you have to be careful of is the goat heads, the killer goat heads. But my tires and tubes are designed to take care of those. There's no problem with them. Hot Irish whiskey. Hope that was yes. I did. I went and bought another bottle of whiskey just so I could have my whiskey, honey, and lemon concoction. And 2 of those in a night will get you through the night. You will sleep through the night. So, Kiss, if the coughing lingers, so try dark chocolate. Oh, Gypsy's Kiss. If the coughing lingers, try dark chocolate. Really? I had never heard that. World famous gamer. Hello, Toby. Please tell Shelley I said hello. I will. WFG. Poem lead searcher denier. It's not a denier. There is no credible. I'm not denying anything. I'm just going with the facts. The facts are there is no evidence that anyone is in the lead or that Forrest Fenn thinks anyone is in the lead except the people who think they are the lead searcher. So it's not a denier. The facts don't support it. I'm not denying it. I'm just saying there's no facts to prove that there are. So Sarah Kinzer, tryptophan makes you sleepy from turkey. That's the name I was looking for. Cyanide will put you to sleep too, but not in the way that tryptophan will. So better tryptophan than cyanide, huh? Okay, there is bar clams at the bottom of T Hill. Google Fort Brown, Wyoming. All right, I will do that. That's from Doug Harver, the gentleman from Prince Edward Island, because when you see the beach that he sent the sand from, it's this long, wet beach. I don't know how to describe it. That's on the southern-facing side of the island, and it looks perfect for clamming. If for those of you who ever have been clamming, so this is. So remember, if you're sending me a text message, that you at least include your name, your first name, and the location from which you are writing. So this is from Jim in Ohio. Let's see. So why, if someone knows the solution, does it take 50 years? Oh, he said he was sarcastically referring to the guy with the mathematical solution. Jim, while I'm not a big fan of mathematical solutions, mostly because I'm terrible at mathematics. I mean, I struggled through all my mathematics and advanced mathematics through both high school and college. I got through them, but I've never been a fan. So I wouldn't be able to tell you one way or the other. Greg Keller is in the room. Hi, Toby. And room couldn't make it tonight, but wanted to stop in and say hello. Greg's got to go to work, and he's probably already left at 8 o'clock. Stormhorn says, Gypsy Kiss, I'm confident I know where the chest is, and I would consider myself a lead searcher. It's a BS hype term, but best to ignore. You ain't lead searcher till you have the chest in hand. Agreed. But that earns you, Sturmworm, a little bit of... Rooster roster. Let's see. Tryptophan de los Pinos. Sarah, that's cute. That's cute. Yeah, see, here's the problem. Everybody who thinks they're the lead searcher, raise your hand, right? So if more than one person raises their hand, believes that they're the lead searcher, that automatically, to me, discounts the idea that there's a lead searcher because there can only be one. And there, to the best of my knowledge, is all you have to go to the various forums, and you'll see that half the people in each of those forums are claiming in one way or the other to be the lead searcher. So that tells you there's no lead searcher. So, Box Sound, hi. MJ Inzer? Yes, Rooster. All right. So that's it for text messages. Cool. Okay. Let's manage the message list. Tink, 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 tink. Delete those. We're not going to report them as junk. So let's see if there's any voicemails. No voicemails. Okay, and that means phone lines are officially open. If you call and I'm speaking to someone else when you do call and it goes to voicemail, do me a favor, text message to that same number and tell me you want me to call you. And what I'll do is I'll call you back. We had another one of those embarrassing moments. You remember a couple of weeks ago when I hadn't paid my bill, not intentionally. I just thought they were going to add it to the other one, et cetera. It's because I have two phones now from Verizon. I thought they were just going to add it to it. And they didn't. And so we were calling out one night and it said I didn't have enough, so I had to do an immediate payment to do that. Well, today I promised Doug Carver that I would call him and got interrupted by the Verizon operator and says, you don't have enough money in your account to make this call. And I thought, wait a minute, I just paid it last week when you told me that I had messed it up last week. And then I realized Doug is in Canada, so this phone doesn't have I didn't do international calling because I don't know anybody. So I just had him call me. So phone lines are open, 202-815-1171. That's 202-815-1171. Call me and tell me why you think you're the lead searcher. There's our first call for the night. Let's see who we got. So that's from Arkansas. Hey, what's your name and what's your question? Hello?
Toby, can you hear me?
I can. Can you hear me?
I can hear you, but I don't hear myself on the television.
Well, and you don't want to do that because if you do that, it's going to be a little bit behind and it's going to get confusing. So I'm going to strongly recommend that you turn your television off. I take it you're connected via your television. So at least turn the audio off. Otherwise, it's going to create a background echo, and it's going to be difficult for you.
Right.
Okay. So,
yes.
What's your name?
My name is MJ Enzer.
What is it again? Tell me again.
MJ Enzer.
Oh, all right. And that's a new name to me. How long have you been searching for Fenn's Treasure?
It will be 6 years this month. So it's been 6 years.
And has most of that searching been done from home, or have you actually been boots on the ground?
The majority has been done at home. I researched probably 2.5 years before going on boots on the ground.
Mm-hmm.
And then since then, I've been out 6 times.
Wow.
So I've been out 7 times.
Altogether. And how recent was your most recent boots on the ground?
My most recent was July 4th of this year.
Oh, and do you mind me asking where about what state you're searching in?
I'm searching the cowboy state.
Wyoming, the cowboy state.
Absolutely.
Yeah, you like that one?
Mr. Fenn is a cowboy.
So I noticed your phone number is Arkansas. Are you still living in Arkansas?
Correct.
And how long is the drive from Arkansas to Wyoming?
Well, depending on how fast you go, you can make it there in 15 hours.
Wow. Oh, very good. I didn't realize it was that close.
It's actually a pretty long drive.
Yeah. You just drive it fast. Is that what you're telling me?
Yeah. I try to get there fast.
Yeah. So
but
when
I've learned to slow down.
Yeah. So you keep talking in the first person. Who else are you searching with?
Oh, it's just me.
That's pretty courageous.
Yeah. Well, I did have my daughter as a partner for a year, but she's got to work and,
She's got a life as opposed to the rest of us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I have a life too. I do.
I'll bet you do. Yeah. I'm one of the few people.
It's a great life.
Yeah. And I have no doubts that it is. So tell me, just in generally speaking, what do you think of the treasure hunt?
I think it is the greatest adventure that has been since, I don't know, the exploration of the West.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so it's kind of interesting because it gives you the opportunity in modern day America to experience a real life adventure. We don't often, in today's modern day America, we don't often get that opportunity, and it certainly does that for us.
And I've learned a great deal of history, especially about the West and of course the United States.
Mm-hmm. So what's the most interesting new bit of historical information that you feel you've discovered?
It's been recently on a scrapbook that Mr. Fenn put out about the C note.
Yeah, yes.
And there are only 2 founding fathers that are on the currency.
So Ben Franklin on the $100 bill, George Washington on the $1 bill. So Jefferson's on a $5 bill. Don't you count him amongst the?
Oh, well, George Washington
on the 1.
Yes.
Jefferson on the 5.
Oh, definitely Jefferson.
And then Franklin on the 100.
But he wasn't a president. Excuse me.
Okay, all right.
I should have made that clear. Sorry.
So
I do that.
So what you're saying is only 2 of the founding fathers who became president are on our currency.
Yes.
So those are the 2 qualifiers.
On the paper currency.
Right. So those are the 2 qualifiers. That they were A, founding fathers, and B, president. That would be limited to Washington and Jefferson.
Yeah, and I just thought that was so interesting. I didn't know that.
Yeah, so you found that out, huh?
Yeah. So I just wanted to call and tell you, I hope you get to feeling better and get rid of that cough.
I think, like I said, I feel like I'm on the downhill side of it, and the cough. There's the difference between the cough at the beginning where it's very sharp in your throat. There is a a point at which it becomes, I don't want to use the word phlegm, but that's what it is, and you can tell you're on the downhill
No,
side.
it's gross.
Yeah, that's where I'm at right now. So Sassy says Hamilton is on. Let's see. Hamilton. Let's see. Where is Hamilton? Hamilton is on what currency? Hamilton is on the 10. Oh, but he wasn't president. What?
He wasn't a president. No, there's only 2 founding fathers that became presidents on our paper currency, and that is so cool.
Yeah, that is a good point. Hamilton is on the $10 bill, but he was he made it as high as U.S. Secretary of the Treasury.
And Thomas Jefferson, of course, purchased the Louisiana Purchase.
Right, on behalf of the United States. That's right.
And Mr. Fenn, when I first saw him, I believe it was on Good Morning America.
Mm-hmm.
Good Morning America.
Mm-hmm.
And I saw him, and I thought about the book he had written. And I thought, you know what? He reminds me of Thomas Jefferson.
You think? You think he's got that Jeffersonian look? Well, you know what?
Yes, he does.
It's funny because I make comparisons between Forrest's memoirs, and when I try to describe it, so Sassy, you're right. Hamilton is. Let me address this question. The lady states that they were the only 2 founding fathers that eventually became president. Alexander Hamilton never was a president of the United States. That was the point.
Right.
So what's funny is when I make a comparison trying to describe to someone what Forrest Fenn's memoir is like, where he's just telling these vignettes, for example, I always compare it to Thomas Jefferson's memoir, autobiography, because, it's a book that thick and it is very detailed. And he kept notes his entire life from the point that he was literally a schoolboy. And that all ended up in his... so I always make the comparison, well, this is Fenn's style, this memoir consisting of various vignettes. And this is Thomas Jefferson, who had a very detailed autobiography of his entire life. And there's much to be learned from it, so...
A very interesting man, Mr. Fenn. I think he should run for president.
Oh, well, yeah, but he's 90. Nobody runs for president. I've promised myself I'm not going to vote for anybody over 60 anymore.
Oh, no.
Yeah. Yes, no. Yes, I am not. Nobody, if you're over 60, if you're not over 60, if you're over 60, I'm not voting for you. We need younger people to become president. Old people are just annoying.
No, old people are great.
Well, we don't debate. We do not debate politics on this channel. So.
Okay, no politics.
No politics on this channel. No politics. No religion.
So what? My question was tonight: has Mr. Fenn called off the hunt for this year?
He doesn't necessarily. So.
He did last year.
He doesn't call it off. He just advises you that it is unsafe to go into the mountains in the wintertime, which is a fact if you're not prepared for it. Now, there are folks we've had folks call in and talk to us and say, I live in Montana, I live in Wyoming, I live in the mountains of Colorado, and we're always prepared. But if you're a flatlander, if you're coming from Arkansas or Florida, for example, and you go into the mountains in the winter, you could end up in trouble if you're not completely prepared. And the last thing that Forrest wants is for somebody to lose their lives, someone else to lose their lives looking for his treasure. So he advises you that the winter has set in, that the weather becomes unpredictable, especially in the mountains, in the Rocky Mountains. And he just advises you it's in your best interest to wait until next year to recover the treasure once spring comes around. And even in spring, if the melt is late or the rivers are high because of the late melt, then it's wiser to wait till summer, especially if you're up north. Now, here in New Mexico, we have the benefit of not our winters don't normally start until November, and they're done by April. By the end of April. So we don't have, if you're searching in northern New Mexico or southern Colorado, you should be able to go up there. But he doesn't call off the search. He's just advising you. It is not in your best interest to go searching in the Rocky Mountains during the months in which there's snow and ice and unpredictable weather.
Right. I get that completely.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, listen. Enjoy your show. Nice talking to you.
My pleasure.
I hope this man is having a good night.
I'm sure he is. He seems to be still enjoying himself. As a matter of fact, if you if you look at our community page on our channel, we put that recent interview by the Ripley's Believe It or Not cast, the podcast. It's a 38-minute interview that they did with Fenn for the Forrest. And so take a look at that. He sounds like he's pretty chipper for a 90-year-old guy.
So was this current?
Yeah, it was done within the past couple of months. Just published the last couple of days.
Okay, great. I'll check that out.
Please do. Just all you have to do is go to our community page, and it's on there. You can get both. There's a short video, a 4-minute video, and then there's a 38-minute audio. And you can see it on our community page.
All right. Wonderful.
Okay.
Well, listen, you have a good night.
And you too. Thank you for calling in.
Thank you.
Bye now.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Hey, Sassy, the qualifier she was making is that they were A, founding fathers, and B, presidents. So while Washington and Jefferson do qualify, Lincoln, Grant, and Jackson don't, because none of them are founding fathers. So that was the qualifier that she was making. So, but you're right; those 5 presidents are on our bills. So let's see who was trying to call in while I was talking to her, and we'll just call those numbers back. Oh, Davia, let's call Davia. He called a couple of times. Davio.
Toby?
Hey, Davio, tell me what's what?
Man, I'll tell you what snow has already landed in my location. That's what's happening.
Oh, really? Well, I thought there was some of that when you were still in Colorado. And you were just...
I live in Colorado now. I have moved here so I can be close to my search site because of the last information I saw when I was out there. So yesterday, I thought I could blast out there because the snow wasn't so bad. And what had happened is specifically in this one little area, I had blown onto my road, and now the road is, and it's just too dangerous to drive on because all of the cattle from the high country is driven out. And if I was to have some kind of problem where I couldn't get out, I would be in there for probably 2-3 days before I could get a ride out. So I got to be careful.
So let me make sure I understand you correctly. You have moved from California to Colorado?
Yes.
Permanently?
That's right. Yes.
Wow.
That's right. Yes.
Wow, that's a heck of a commitment there.
Absolutely. Totally. I was born here and I've lived in California. I grew up in California. An incident happened with my father where my mom and my dad got divorced, and then I was estranged from him, and I found my family again on Ancestry.com. I guess it's been 7 years now.
Yeah.
And that's part of the reason I got into the Forrest Fenn Treasure Hunt, was to kind of relieve the anxiety from all that stuff, because I found my father and he had become a woman in, I think, 1999 or something like that. And when you do that, you have to get rid of all of your connections and photographs and all that stuff. So I have found my living family, which is his sisters. They have kids. We get along great. It's terrific.
So did you watch Shelley's show today?
Some of it, yeah. Some of it.
So basically what she's saying, so you just told me a really interesting story that qualifies under those two lines. Here's what happened to me today. Here's what happened to me today. I found out my father is my mother, or something like that. I don't know. You got a hell of a story, Davia.
Well, that's right. I found out my father had turned into a woman and has passed away, and the man that Sonia has married never knew that this was a man previously. And when my father died of cancer, Sonia was cremated, and her ashes were put into an apple cookie jar, which still is on the guy's refrigerator today.
Wow.
Isn't that a trip? That is a trip. Lots of love there. Tell you what, lots of love.
You know, it's stories like this that make me no longer complain that my father died when I was 11. You know, I didn't have to go through any of that, you know.
My father so I'm a redhead, right? So my father was ripped away from me when I was like 4 and 5. And then my mom, out of desperation, married her boss. And he was terrible. He was, you know, I got beat a lot. I got put away. It was just it was bad.
Classic stepfather story, huh?
Yeah, I was the redheaded stepchild. So it's been great for real. So that's how I got into going camping and going outside a lot, you know? That's how nature really got into my life, is to keep these people away from me. So in that takes me to the story of where I fell off of this rock in the Santa Cruz Mountains. My fiance had let go of the rope and dropped me 5 stories. I had broke 30 bones and just was choppered out.
Wait. Your fiance let go of the rope.
Yeah.
Now let's stop at that sentence right there. Your fiance let go of the rope. That was the woman that you were planning to marry?
Well, I said ex. That's the caveat. That's the funny part of the beginning of the story. My ex-fiance was belaying me, and she was lowering me when she let go of the rope. Now that's the catchphrase.
Did you stay together long enough for her to explain that to you?
Well, yeah. Well, what happened is this is 1989, and this is right when this new belay device came out.
Yeah.
And I was at a 5'11", 5'12" kind of climbing scale, and she's like pure beginner, so she shouldn't have. I shouldn't have had her using this device. Right. So it was all my fault, you know. And so she did the best she could, and burnt her hand, and it was bad. I hit the ground, bounced up the air, rolled down a hill, some 100 feet. Blah, 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 blah. You know, turned out okay.
Was that
great chopper pilot?
So that was 7 hours to morphine. Was that story?
Yeah.
See, you even have a title for your story today. Now
that's a good title.
You've got 2 stories now. My father became my mother, and
that's right.
And 7 hours to morphine, and I didn't marry the woman.
That's right. Oh, no. Okay, so now here's another story that goes along our topic with Forrest Fenn. All right, okay.
We should talk a little bit about Forrest Fenn.
Well, of course. So how would you know you're in the right place? 1, 2, what is confirmation, right? So I have found a blaze, and when I look quickly down, I see chapter 20. In other words, farther on the banco, that very image of the roof of the house, is the bench. I am sitting on a bench out there in the wild. Now, what are the coincidences of a bench being underneath a big pointy rock? I mean, that's worth asking the room, right?
Right.
I mean, let's back this story up a couple of ticks, because it starts in the middle of the blaze, doesn't it? But in reality, to find the blaze, you have to know what warm water halt is. And I'm leaving that out of every communication I've ever had. And that is half of the whole bloody thing. Just to figure out what warm water halt is and how it ties into getting me to a location in Wyoming where I'm looking at a pointy rock that looks like a little bit of a dog, and underneath it is a bench. And then I step over into the field and I look across and I see this other rock that looks just like a hound dog. You know, page 7's last word, hound. So I've got little confirmations all over the place. I'm saying that the possibility that confirmations exist if you're in the right place.
The
question you posed earlier was, how would I know if anybody was a lead searcher? That's how you know if you're a lead searcher, is you're finding confirmations that tie you directly to the book.
Well,
and or to the poem.
Agreed, but what you don't know is how many other people are are finding those same confirmations in their search area, right? Because
absolutely, and let us not deny them or belittle their process and or what they're seeing. I am just one of the many voices saying that I have found the bench under the blaze. I have found the me in the middle. I have found page numbers, which are coming out to be compass points. I have found many, many things that have given me the confidence that Fenn said you would have to walk up to the place. And right now, there's too much ice for me to walk up to anything out there.
So when do you think is the next opportunity to go check this all out?
Well, I watch the weather report daily. It's all about the melt, and right now we have a storm coming in tonight, and most of it's going to hit Wyoming. So if they get the foot of snow I'm expecting, it's going to be maybe in December, but likely not until January, February, March, maybe March, May, April. It'll be all the way that far off, which means we're going to have a winter of creative, imaginative communication. Don't you think? Because it's going to be it's too icy to go and find out if I'm right or not. But nonetheless, we can still talk about the process and little things that one finds in the book that could possibly take us farther down to finding this or that. So I think that's what our winter's looking like, is just kind of being patient, waiting for the snow to melt so we can all prove our point.
So
prove our theories.
Have you been hanging out in the chat room tonight?
Yeah, a little bit off and on. Yes, I have.
Yeah. So there's a gentleman in the chat room, or lady, I imagine it's a gentleman, who claims that they're going to go get the treasure this weekend. How do you feel about that?
Oh, outstanding. I think they should go and do that and show us photographs, and I wish them all the luck in the world.
Yeah.
You gotta remember, Toby, I've never said I know where the treasure is. I'm finding where hints and clues have led me to a location. Mm-hmm. And I keep thinking that the treasure or something is going to be there, but no. I'm finding items that takes me deeper into my location. That's why I moved to Denver.
Yeah.
So I'm confident in digging on my process. The people around me are loving it as well.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm
that's.
not alone in that.
I'll admit that having that kind of confidence, the kind of confidence that causes you to move from one state to another, is a lot of confidence. Yeah.
Exactly. I was thinking of making you a little video, leaving out the first part of the whole process, and giving you three of the elements that will help kind of show you the glue that has got me to this location.
Oh, that'd be damn interesting. Well, yeah, but you don't have to make it for me. You don't have to make it for me. Make it for you and put it on. You still have your channel.
No,
right?
No, I'm not putting it out to the world. The
idea is I see. I see. You want me to see it, but nobody else.
Right. Yeah, the idea is that I'm looking for people's opinions about this abstract concept that I'm projecting to you, right? Yeah. And so you can see how I got to these conclusions, and then, if they seem logical, then use them in your show as a tool to communicate a way of seeing imagination or other things within the process to get us further down the road. Because it's not just one-to-one. It's not just like there's definitely Toby, the thing that I've been saying lately that helps me visualize a lot is when you're at the paint store and you go up to where it says white paint, all the samples they have? How many samples do they have?
Dozens.
There's about 35.
Yeah, dozens.
35,
right.
40, or, that say white.
Yeah.
Okay, Toby, keep that in your mind as your visual reference to subtle. You know what I mean?
Well,
my point here, Toby, is that subtle is really tiny steps.
Yeah.
Subtle is not like, okay, you look quickly down and the treasure should be sitting there. That's not subtle. You know what I mean?
Right.
It took me a long, long time to understand what Fenn's subtlety is. Mm-hmm. Why is page 15 bold? Because on the periodic table, it's P. So he's trying to subtly to get you to look at other aspects that are out there. Subtly look at my page number, my timestamp to the page number, to the thing I'm talking about. The things that I'm not talking about. The absence of information I find is extremely informative. Mm-hmm. This sort of thing I feel is a conversation worth having through the winter. You know, art conversations that are really strong in art concepts. You know, Sister Wendy. You know, that kind of deal.
Yeah. All right, sir. Well, we're over our 10-minute mark here. I appreciate you calling in, and
Absolutely.
I guess I'm not surprised to hear that you've moved from California to Colorado, because your last several calls have sounded very confident, and why not move out there, right? If I knew where it was, I was going to say I'd move to, but I'm not. I like it where I am right now. So, all right, sir. Well, you have a good evening. Thanks for calling in, and we look forward to the conversation developing. And don't of course do anything that Fenn wouldn't want you to do over the winter.
That's exactly right. We're going to stay safe. Stay safe, everybody out there in the room. Much love to everyone. Much love.
All right.
Ciao.
Talk to you later. Bye-bye.
Ciao.
He always says namaste to Shelley. Okay, so I got a call from, let's see, we got a couple of voicemails. So let's see what the voicemails say.
Hi. I was wondering about Mosquito Gulch. I've seen people have explored the area, but they didn't mention the large triangle that I see on Google search, Google Earth, about 20 feet on the side triangle. It's equilateral. And I was wondering if you had any information about it. Thanks. Bye.
So that gentleman is from Berlin, New Hampshire, and he's calling about a Google Earth image in the area of Mosquito Gulch. I have so little information on it. I'm sorry. I don't even know where Mosquito Gulch is. So let me take a quick look here on Los Mapas de Google. Let's see if it can find it for us. Mosquito Gulch. Oh, Montana. Mosquito Gulch, Montana. Let's see what he sees on Google Earth. The satellite. Oh, whoa. Looks like it's near the Idaho-Montana border, and I don't see what he's saying, but I don't have an exact Mosquito's Gulch here. Hang on, let me try that again. Mosquito Gulch, Montana. Ah, there it is. So he said, Mosquito Gulch is right there. Wow, really organized trees. It looks like a replant. So let me do the screenshot. So that right there is Mosquito Gulch. It's near Forest Service Road 478. It definitely is up in the boonies, but I don't see what he was saying. So, sir, you didn't leave your name, but I haven't. There's the South Fork of the Madison right there. And is that a road, or that looks like a power line thing? Yeah, those are power lines. So, don't know. And it's never come up in any of the conversations I've had. So, if there's anything, anybody that knows anything about Mosquito Gulch, let us know in the chat room. En el sala de chat. What's the Spanish word for chat? Anybody know what the Spanish word for chat is? So Davia left a voicemail. We got that already. Okay, pal. Let's see who called, and we'll call him back. So there is Davio. We called him back. There's our Berlin guy. Called him back. Who's this? So 417, we are calling you back.
Hey, Toby, how you doing?
Good. How are you? Who is this?
Oh, fine. How's it going?
Very good, thank you. What's your name?
William Sparks.
Oh, William Sparks. Well, how are you doing, William?
Yeah. I've been out of the hospital for a week since I had my defibrillator put in. But yeah.
Oh, did you get a defib?
Yeah, I got a defib and I'm feeling better. They had me all kinds of medicines, had me all messed up.
Yeah. Did the VA install that for you?
No, I
Oh,
ain't.
it's a
Yeah,
veteran. Yeah.
I wasn't in the military or nothing.
Yeah. Well, that's okay. So, well, I can tell you, I got one, my first one in 2012, and this last summer, they changed the batteries. They don't actually change the batteries; they take out the whole device and replace it. And I was told that the batteries that are in this new device not only is at a better device, but they're good for about 10 years. So I'll be 80 the next time.
10 years.
I have to change it out.
Yeah, they said I had the Cadillac, I had the defibrillator, I had
and the pacemaker. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's very good to have that kind of backup. It's never, I don't know how familiar you are with the amount of data that it produces. It produces a tremendous amount of data, and they'll dump it.
But I'm sure I'll find out sometime.
Yeah. So I have a device that sits by my bed, and it picks up the data every night, ships it to a VA hospital in San Francisco. So they constantly monitoring me. So I've been very fortunate not to have it.
Yeah, and I've also been going through a probate and all this other crap here. So I've been trying to get out there.
Oh, so
anyway, I'll make it up.
Where are you calling from?
Branson, Missouri.
Oh, okay. Did we talk once before? Branson, that sounds familiar.
And
where are you searching? Where are you searching?
I'm searching. Well, I'm done searching. I'm searching New Mexico.
Yeah.
But I just need to get out there though and get it here coming up. But I've got some more doctor's appointments and then a couple other things, and then I can head out that way.
Well, yeah, you've got all winter to take care of that kind of stuff before you have to go out again.
Yeah, but I know exactly where it's at, so I can get it anytime.
Oh, so you? I'm playing the rooster video,
and I ain't bold to say it. I ain't trying to be, like, haha, I'm the best or nothing. I'm just saying that. And I've been trying to find someone. I got to half this with somebody. I just need to find someone that knows the whole story too, and be worth.
All right. Well, let's put it in the chat room if there's anyone interested in partnering with you. Send an email to a Gypsy's Kiss. So if anybody's interested in partnering with William Sparks, send an email to a Gypsy's Kiss with your email address on it, and I will forward that to William. How's that?
And that sounds good.
Yeah, that's the least we can do. See if we can find a partner. So maybe there's somebody that's actually in the area. So you said New Mexico is your search area?
Yeah. Yeah.
All right.
In fact, there's a lot more stuff that I know about that, but I can't go into it because it just gives it away.
Yeah.
It'd give it away, just like Forrest says. It'd give it away. You tell one of the clues, it's gone.
Yeah.
But anyway, I got really lucky.
There are ways to form a partnership. There's legal ways. You can have an attorney draw a contract for you, and just
See, I told my mom before she died that I was going to do that, or else I could have took it back. But she died, and I don't want the bad karma to come over that.
Yeah, no kidding.
But anyway, hey Toby, it's nice talking to you, and I hope Shelley makes that safe trip and everything.
Me too, and I'm sorry she wasn't here to say hello. But like I said, we decided right after her softer side that it was wiser for her to go home and start packing. She's got to get up at 5:30, and I know.
Yeah, you got my number. You can call me anytime. I'm bored sitting here looking at four walls and stuff. I can't do nothing. They got my arm in a sling and everything else. Can't drive for 2 weeks.
We're thinking about doing something that might address that particular issue. So we'll let you know when it comes out.
Well, give me a call, Toby, and talk to me sometime.
It's an app that we're developing. Yeah? We're developing the Gypsy's Kiss.
All right, sounds great.
All right?
All right, Toby, love your guys' show, man. We'll talk to you soon.
Thank you, William. Good luck with your new defibrillator.
Just call me Sparky.
All right, I will. Okay.
All right, Toby.
Talk to you. So Odin says, my boss has one too, called a loop recorder. Yeah, because that's what it does. She got a call last week from the hospital to check on her. She has moved her bedroom and never relocated the base unit. Yeah. So I always get a call when I go on vacation because you don't take the base unit with you. And the first day that I'm on vacation, I get a text message. And they just want to confirm that I'm not sleeping in my bedroom. I'm in another hotel room. The other thing that I have is a CPAP machine, and that also has a monitor on it, and that data is uploaded every day. So when I go on vacation, I actually have a portable CPAP machine that my one of my son-in-laws gave me, the one in Florida, and so I go offline, and literally there's a text message about that. You know, if you're offline for 2 days on the CPAP, they let you call. So I love the VA. They're very good to me. They've kept me alive this long, and I hope they keep me alive a lot longer. So I want to be able to pay off this mortgage. I'll be 100 when the mortgage comes due. So I want to be around to receive that title when it's done. We should all be so lucky, huh? All right, phone lines are open. I did get a call. Let's see, is that the same one? That's the same number. That's William. Oh, here's the other William from Phoenix. Let's call William from Phoenix because he knows the deal.
Hello, hola, ¿cómo estás, señor?
Muy bien, gracias. ¿Y usted?
Muy bien.
Muy bien. Very good, William. So Shelley isn't here tonight, so but we thought we'd call, say hi, see how you and your family are doing.
Bless your heart. And you know what? Bless your heart too, Toby. I'll call you back and you tell the world when it comes to you what you do.
Oh, I
Love
lost
you.
it. Love you. You have a good evening.
Also,
Bye-bye.
to you.
All right, brothers and sisters. That's Davia. All right. So phone lines are open, 505-814. We got time for a couple more calls before we call in for the night. Call it in for the night. I think I've done pretty good without the Magical Treasure Princess. I haven't made a lot of faux pas, which is good. Remember, William, I imagine since you were in the room, you've already sent me your email address and next prizes for next week. Make sure you make a comment on tonight's show. And prizes for next week include the Silver Yellowstone National Park commemorative coin, the Civil War secret decoder, which you can't see because of the way it's packaged, and I don't want to take it out of the package. Civil War secret decoder that I got from the International Spy Museum when I was visiting Washington last week, and then one of the miniature 3D bronze treasure chests. And those three things, and we'll send them to you. Oh, look, it's Doug. So this is Doug Carver. This is the gentleman that sent us the sand sample from Prince Edward Island that we talked on the show. Hey, Doug, you got to turn off your audio.
Yeah, I just did.
All right. So
I was making sure I got through. I just turned off the sound.
Okay, good. How are you doing?
Great.
And
there's bar clams there and that kind of stuff down at the thing. The only thing is we got a lot of license problems here. So the Chinese people and stuff like that and other people from away, they do some bar clamming there. And no one's ever really got in trouble, but you can.
Oh, really? So, anytime you have, I guess I have to show people what we're talking about. Hang on just a sec. So the sand area that Doug had sent me came from the south shore of Prince Edward Island. And hang on again. Hold on just a sec. In Canada.
Yeah, the other thing is, Toby, on the other side of the shooting range, if you like quahogs,
they got
quahogs over there.
No. Well, yeah, but I got to get to Prince Edward Island to enjoy that. So
whatever.
Yeah, whatever. Just do it when you get here, kind of thing. So this is the area.
I might hit the lottery or something, and I might just
have me out. You know what? It would be worth the trip. Like I said, I've been to New Brunswick, St. John's, and but I've never been to Prince Edward Island. So that's where we were talking about, and the area from which Doug had sent the sand is right here in this. Right there. That's called Governor's Island. But what I wanted to show you is, let me see if I can get some of these photos up, because the beach is just, I know what I need to do. It's not Prince Edward. It's T Hill.
It's that little cove right there, across from the
T Hill. Hang on just a sec. So it's T Hill part right.
That little black dot.
T Hill.
There's Governor.
Yeah. Hill Park and Beach. Okay, so I'm going to go back to T Hill Park and Beach. And that's the area that he lives in. But look at this beach. For those of you that are looking at this for the first time, this beach is what I would call a wet beach. It's a, like, what did you say, 5 meters rise and fall?
They say 3.
3 meters rise and fall from the top of the beach down to the bottom.
It changes.
But if you look at it,
because of the moon, right?
For those that live along any shoreline, this is their beach. And you can see it's one of those wet, muddy beaches. And whenever I see one of those wet, muddy beaches, I always think, like, that's perfect for clamming. And that's what Doug was confirming. But there are some, you said there are some restrictions. Is that correct?
Well, the licensed guys, like, they don't really complain too much because that's a high profile area with lots of people go in and they don't clam there themselves. So
yeah, well, you know what? We used to do a lot of crabbing, blue crab out on the Chesapeake, and they had the same kind of thing. If you were not licensed, there were certain limitations that you could take every day. They had to be larger than 5 inches, et cetera, et cetera. But there were, you could get enough for a nice evening meal off of when we used to go sailing. We'd go to marina, and you could get crab right off the side of the boat, over the boat, using chicken necks. And that was one of the fun things to do. But if you went out to the eastern shore, on the Chesapeake, there's a lot of clams to be found there, and so we always used to have we'd have picnics out on the eastern shore. We'd collect clams. We'd bring our own sausage, our own potatoes, corn on the cob, and we'd boil all of that into one big pot, and that made for a great picnic. So I miss the shore. I really do. I was born and raised in New Mexico, but I really like being around the water. And here I am again.
Yeah, and
closest water I get is the Rio Grande.
And the North Shore is totally different.
Yeah,
it's white sandy beaches, and the beaches are wider, and the tides do not go in and out as far.
So that's because it faces the Atlantic, right? It's facing the Atlantic.
It's the Gulf of Mexico. It's the Gulf of St. Lawrence on that side.
Yeah. So let me answer a question in the room. Tony, catfish and brown trout do not like the same water. Catfish like warmer waters. Brown trout don't like anything above 57, maybe 60 degrees. Catfish like the warm waters. Catfish are also bottom feeders. Brown trout are top feeders. So no, you don't generally find them. If you wanted some big, beautiful, not big and beautiful, catfish, you fish the Lampasas River near Forrest's old stomping grounds around Temple, Texas. Central Texas has a lot of catfish rivers, including the Lampasas River.
Anyways, so did you go ahead? You finish up what you're doing.
Well, I was going to say, Capro got put on a timeout. Capro, why did you get put on a timeout? So what did Capro do?
Yeah, I kind of gave you a message. There's a lady that does American Legends.
Yeah.
Of the and so she's got one of the biggest history sites that I've seen.
Yeah.
And it includes like old ports, all kinds of history.
Yeah.
And her name is Kathy Wise Alexander, and it seemed weird that she posted a story about Wyoming Fort Brown, and it was only Fort Brown for a very short time.
Fort Brown, we actually visited that area when we made the trip up towards Lander back in 2017. We followed that clue set. We didn't get much out of it, but we have been. Yeah.
You did see the stone in the wall there, right?
I did, yeah, we did. I actually have if you look at our photos, we actually have a picture of it.
Well, what I did was I turned that area into a little mini map.
Oh.
Of what you should be looking for. So do you want me to continue? I can lay out a map. It's only like a little mini map.
Do me a
favor.
It's a
model map.
So let's do it this way. Send me a link because it's hard for us to talk and not being able to share this with the other folks. So do me a favor, send me.
No, you can share it with everyone. You can open up Google.
That's what I'm saying. So,
days.
all right. So, but what I'm saying is, send me the link, and then next week or Friday, we'll open that link, and then you can tell us a story.
Okay. Can I just send stuff on your Facebook account there?
No, because that's Shelley's kind of territory. She manages that, and it's better just to send it to.
You have one too. I was just wondering. If
oh yeah, no, that's my personal. The personal is just for family, and local friends.
Okay,
I don't use it for. But send it to a Gypsy's Kiss, and we'll take care of it.
Okay, so you want me to send different messages? How about just the text thing on your other line there?
Well, it is, but then I can't open it and share it with everybody. That's why I'm asking to send it to my email account, because then I can open it on the screen in front of me. I can't do that on the phone.
Okay, let me just have a quick look here to make sure that. So it's you wanted the Gypsy Kiss one.
Gypsy's Kiss at gmail.com. It's in the description box below this video.
So you want everything sent there? Oh, the same way as we exchange pictures with.
Roger that.
Stan.
Roger.
Right. Okay.
Okay.
No problem. Okay. I'm not going to hold you up anymore here. I'm sure you got some other things to wrap up here.
Well, I got a problem in the room that we need to take care of, but then, but I want to see if we can get one more call in before we call it a night.
Yeah. You do that. Like the other one, I don't want people to use it as a solve because all the measurements are wrong for that.
Okay. All right. Well, let's talk about it on Friday. Send me the link.
Yeah. Well, there's a thing. The 500 doesn't work. The 200 doesn't work. Mileage doesn't work. Everything is with under a mile.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's talk about it on Friday. Okay. Thank you.
Okay. Bye.
Bye-bye. Tony, I don't know why anybody would fry catfish and trout in the same pan. Catfish, you are skinning fish. You don't, trout you can eat. You can fry them with the skin on. Catfish, you can't do that. You've got to fillet catfish and then cut them up into small pieces. I'm not a big fan of catfish, so I probably don't want to. So, where's this guy that we're talking about? What's the problem with this guy? I don't even like the name. Wow, Sternworm, what's all about it? I'm no troll. Don't prompt if you don't want a response. $100. Wow. Well, thank you very much for that super chat. I really appreciated. But you're going to have to help me. I don't know what's going on. But so what's this CryPro thing? What's going on there? CryPro message deleted. Let's see what we got there. Put me on timeout. I was about to donate $100 to a Gypsy's Kiss just to highlight my point. Message deleted. Let's see. It's Sternworm. KPro wanted to make a bet that I was offering. I was going to donate $100 to approve KPro. I'd pay out if I don't retrieve the chest. Okay. So probably not wise to make bets in the. Okay. All right. So Sternworm and CryPro are the same thing. So, okay. It's no big deal. KPro put me in timeout because she was prompting. What does that mean, prompting? Okay. All right. Let's not do a disturbance. We're having too much fun. I got enough problems. I don't have Shelley to help me here, so don't do a disturbance. Don't make disturbances. Okay, so I got 5 minutes, so I'm going to call it a night. Let's turn the phone lines off here real quick. And then, so, where's my... Okay, phone lines are off. Thank you very much for joining me tonight. Thank you for making the calls. I'll be back on Friday night. We'll do some more calls, and I'll try to get through emails and everything fast so we can get straight to the phone calls. All right. Again, William, I'm going to imagine that you've already done this, but let me check real quick. See if I have your email with your shipping address on it. And subject, it's changed. Okay, I don't have it yet. Not there and not there. So, William, make sure you send me your shipping address if we want to get that that bio to your granddaughter, and also a small version of the 3D bronze chest. Next week, we're giving away the Civil War secret decoder ring and the silver Yellowstone National Park commemorative coin, along with another one of 3D bronze's miniature treasure chest, miniature Fenn treasure chest. So this is the medium-sized one that has the opening top, so you can put a gift in there if you want to give it to somebody. All right. So I hope you guys missed my partner as much as I did. But as I said, she had to get some packing done in preparation for their trip tomorrow. She is going to a conference that has to do with marketing, life coaching programs, et cetera, and she's got 12-hour days there. They also, her daughter and one of her son-in-laws live there. And so they're going to be visiting with them as well. We'll see her next Wednesday. And then, as I said, Kevin and her family and my kids are going to be having Thanksgiving together. And that's the day we'll play Chaseopoly. Don't forget the meeting in Detroit this weekend, Saturday at 4 p.m. at Coney Island between 14 and 15 Mile, if I remember that's correct. So if you have any questions, ask K-Pro. They'll be on tomorrow night, so I'm sure they'll give you all the details. We'll open our Chaseopoly next Wednesday when Shelley's back on the show. I will see you guys on Friday. I am not doing a Toby at 10 tonight simply because I've been here 2 hours and I have a life. Well, we all have lives, but I need to get my beauty rest. Like that's going to help. Thank you for that Smart Chat donation, Sternworm. You didn't have to do that. I certainly, what we want to do is make sure that the room stays calm, cool, and collected, because that's how we are. Cool, calm, and collected. And I had a great time. Let's do a little bit of... Shall we dance? Thanks for joining me tonight. I had a great time. Hope you guys had as much fun as I did. We love doing these shows. We love having you around. We love you guys being in the room and having all that conversation and challenging our thinking with things like the lead searcher. But I will see you on Friday night, 7 p.m. There, of course, will be no softer side tonight. Please go over to World Sand Project, as we've only got 4 videos up now, but we're going to have one every week. So make sure you subscribe and you see what we're doing. It's kind of an interesting project, and we're having fun with it. We haven't quite got our routine worked out just yet, but you know us. Eventually we'll get it all worked out and it'll look as good as AGK, look and sound as good as AGK does when it does. 3D Bronze, thank you. Thank you for that little donation. We love it. And 3D Bronze, I do want to talk to you about another one of this size, because what I want to do is I'm going to give you I'll send you the dimensions, because I have another one of these 3D decoder things, or I'm sorry, Civil War decoder things, and I want to make a box for it as well. And I'm not sure I'll give that away, but who knows? I get tired of stuff, so I end up giving it away. Beautiful, beautiful box made by 3D Bronze. You can go to 3dbronze.com and see them there. So again, thank you guys for joining me tonight. I'm of course hoping that Shelley has a safe trip, and I'm sure you guys do too. We'll see her next Wednesday, and I'll see you on Friday night. I've just run out of outro music, so we got to play the outro. All right. Good night and safe travels wherever you're going.